and let's get after it, everybody. Shall we? Okay, let's take stock, Lindsay, because a lot of people at this network have asked me, I can't wait to see the show today, Neil. What are you going to say? What are you going to... All right, look, it's time to have the discussion. It is, and this is fair.
What's the discussion?
It's time to have the discussion right now about a quarterback. It's time to talk about a quarterback with 10 interceptions and 5 fumbles and their season kind of crumbling a little bit around them. It is time to have the discussion because we saw it yesterday. We did, Lindsay. We saw it yesterday. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles are falling apart at the seams right now. They're falling apart at the seams. They've lost the grip on the number 1 seed. It's over for them. I'm just playing. Well, all that was true, though.
Yeah,
all right, no,
and
for
it
real.
is over for them.
But it is over for them.
Not looking good.
It's not looking good for them.
Nope.
All right, I'm just playing. It is time to have the talk about the quarterback, though. The quarterback that has not been playing well, visible signs of frustration, losing their grip on the division lead. Let's talk Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Get Sam Flannel out here. It's obvious that it's all falling apart.
Him.
The talk about Super Bowl, it has to be done. Get him out of town.
Trade him.
Now, get this bum out of here.
Those are facts. Those are facts. They are struggling. How many games they lost in a row? 2 games? 2, 3 games? They're struggling.
It's coming apart at the seams.
Falling apart, man. Patrick Mahomes threatening to jump on referees.
I'm just saying. You're seeing this,
slamming
though,
his helmet
Lindsay.
down on the sidelines. Totally self-destructing. Can't take the pressure.
Obviously, the grip on the 1 seed over for the Eagles. They should just pack it up. To quote House of Pain, pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. Lindsay, how are you, man?
Fabulous today, man. It's a awesome Monday. Great football day yesterday. Except for the Lions. I really,
Lindsay's got that first place feeling.
Huh?
You got that first place feeling.
I'm just saying. I wasn't going to go there, but, thanks for reminding me, Smitty. We are in sole possession of first place right now, but that's neither here nor there. Full disclosure. The Lions are my second team, okay? Full disclosure. Can y'all believe that?
Yes. You're a native here.
Thank you.
You've lived here longer than you haven't.
Smitty, you believe that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Soft hands?
BMG?
I believe it. I believe it.
Right,
Okay.
as I see in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread and get involved, Dan Wood, old Cotton Hands BMG, keeping skin soft since 2006.
Goddamn right.
New guy, you believe that?
50-50. Try to pull up the chat on my phone.
50-50?
I mean, you rep hard for the Niners, though.
Yeah, but that's since a child. I've been there since a child.
Niners and Lions in a playoff game. Who you taking?
New guy, you overstepping your bounds. We're not going to go there.
I'm just asking questions, man.
But I watch the Lions. I cheer for the Lions. And it's hard for me to watch everybody. We talked about this before we got on air. When the boat starts taking on water, what's the first thing that jumps off? The rats! The rats are the first thing that starts jumping off the ship. So all of the rats are starting to show themselves right now because the boat is taking on a little water and everybody's getting nervous. Take the captain and throw him overboard. Get him off the ship.
Would you rather be a rat swimming to save his life or a stupid motherfucker playing the violin as the ship
The
sinks?
ship's not sinking. No, the ship's not sinking.
It's got a couple leaks, though.
The boat is fixable. And I understand. Smitty, you haven't been here. You've never been here before.
None of us have.
Exactly. When you go out into the deep waters, when you can't stand on your tippy toes and have your little life preserver on, and you get out there in that salt water in the sea, guess what happens when you take your life preserver off? Guess what happens? Can anybody help me?
You drowned.
No, you float. It's salt water.
You drowned.
You float. Dude, does anybody know this? Huh?
I'm
New
shocked.
guy, you didn't know that?
Sharks
no.
bite
Cotton
your
hands.
ankles.
You didn't know that? Hey, Do you know you float in salt water? If you just lay there and relax.
But you got to relax.
You gotta relax.
All right, let's get into it. Spenny, you put the chat up there, the poll in the chat already. Are you paying Jared Goff $50 million per season? You're going right to it. Again, I know that's easy to do. I know that you throw it up there and everybody gets involved and the chat's, oh no, I'm not paying him $50 million. That's not a discussion now, Spenny. It's not. Because they still got him for another year. So that's not a discussion, number one. No, right off the rip, that is not a discussion, number one. You know, the turnover thing, and people are going to talk about the interceptions and stuff. And Spenny, you were the first on the scene. And look, we do this every single time. We know we're about to butt heads. We do it. Mm-hmm. I respect you. You're my friend. You respect me. I'm your friend.
You are.
If we were in a pub at Royal Oak and it were 1:30 and we had to go back to back and fight our way to the door,
Yes.
we're going to fight our way to the door and we're going to get out.
Yes, we would.
100 times out of 100. We know that. But here's the thing, though, and I saw this yesterday. Like by the logic of the 2 picks, like again, everything that happens, you have to take context into it. So, like when you say we throw 2 interceptions, he's awful. Was he good yesterday? Certainly was not.
No, he was terrible.
Certainly was not good. Certainly, I'm not saying that. But to say when you throw 2 picks on 4th down when it's 4th and 10 or 4th and 26 like the last one, by your rationale, when you say that and you run to that, you're suggesting he was better off just throwing it away or just going. You see what I'm saying, man?
So,
that's cherry picking numbers, dude.
So would you say that the factory is open?
In terms of
The turnover factory is open because there's been 9 in 4 weeks.
no, but I just gave you all the numbers of everybody around the league, man. It's the same.
It's not the same.
Yes, it is.
It's not the same.
It's literally the same as Jalen Hurts. It's literally the same. It's literally the same.
It's
literally the same.
You can't throw the ball downfield. You cannot afford turnovers because you're not good enough to make up for it. Other quarterbacks are good enough. They have the skills. They can push the ball down the field.
Other
they can
teams
move
are good
around
enough?
outside.
Because I just watched the Eagles get crushed in back-to-back games. It happens in December, Spenny. It happens.
So the Bears are on the same tier as the Cowboys.
What do you mean?
That's 1 for 1. Jalen Hurts' performance and Jared Goff's performance are 1 for 1.
No, I'm saying
it's
as a general rule, this happens in December in the NFL. It gets tough, Spenny. It gets tough, man. You can't. So you want him to have a 150 QBR every single week, and if he doesn't, he sucks. This team sucks, and you're out. Because that's what you're saying. You said you're out.
I want him to not lose
you're
games.
out.
I want him. I am
Oh
out.
yeah, because Jared Goff is the reason that the Lions lost this yesterday.
He is not good enough to overcome this. He does not have the skill set, the physical tools to overcome turning the ball over 9 times in 4 weeks.
Okay.
He's not good enough to do that.
Neither is anybody else.
Yes, they are.
Nobody is.
Yes,
Spenny.
they are. Quarterbacks who can move. Quarterbacks who can throw the ball down the field. You can accept. All right, it's not as bad.
Guys like Josh Allen, right?
Yes.
Who are out of the playoff picture right now.
No,
they're
not.
out.
They're in the hunt.
They are out.
They just beat the Chiefs.
If the playoffs started today, they're out. They're out. They're out. And he's having this great season, right? He's having this great season. So again, Spenny, you're out, right? You're out.
Yes.
Okay. So the Lions are trash and they're out and they're never going to win.
No,
okay. You're done.
It's not
you're done.
quarterback going forward.
You're done.
I'm not extending him. I'm not giving
You
him
don't have
the
to
keys to the Lambeau.
stop with this easy line of thinking. You don't have to extend
So
them.
we're just good.
We're not talking about
it. So you're good after next year.
Send them to
After
the
next year,
moon.
you're good. You're not extending him.
I don't have to. That has no bearing on this year. None. That's not even a discussion, Spenny.
Okay, well, what do you? Okay, so we're just never going to talk about an extension.
No, not for the rest of the
So
year.
we
No.
haven't talked about it for 7 weeks going forward about
No,
how
we
you
don't have
$50
to.
million a year and ain't him right away.
No, that has no bearing on right now, Spenny.
Right now, it fucking sucks.
Okay, so you're out.
Yes.
Okay, you're out. They're not going to win the division. It's over.
They'll win the division.
Okay.
They'll win the division.
They'll make the playoffs?
They'll make the playoffs. Yeah, they'll win the division.
You're not happy with that?
They won't win a playoff game playing like they have been the past 5 weeks. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
agree.
Neither will the
But-
Eagles. Neither will the Bills. Like, come on, man.
But Spinning, in all fairness, do you think, is this who Goff is? Do you think this is who he is?
Yes. Throughout his career, this is who he's proven to be.
But his numbers don't prove that he is this bad.
Yes, they do.
No.
He is second in the league in turnovers since he got since he got into the league. He's first. Since Josh Allen got in the league, he's second. There are bright spots that we've seen. He's played a good 1 year of football in Detroit when you take the half of that end of the season last year and the half of the beginning of the season this year. He's played 1 good year in totality in Detroit. This is who he is. in his NFL career, this is who he's proven he is. And that is not a guy I'm signing for $50 million a season.
That's not a question. See, that's where you lose me, Spenny. We're not talking about that right now.
We don't care about that at all. That's
no,
not, that's
I
not
don't. I don't. For the rest of the year, I don't care about that. No.
Okay.
Because it doesn't matter. It does. It has no implication on this year and what's going on right now. And like you can do that, right? See, I'm a little more concerned. I'm a little more concerned about a defense that's 31st in the league against the blitz. When they blitz, excuse me.
Yeah.
31st in the league.
No,
when
defense
they
is
blitz.
not good either. Defense
when
is
they
not
blitz,
good either.
it's awful, dude. And you know what? Again, I'll go back to it, and we touched on this before, and we kind of glossed over it. But again, it plays because it's factually correct. What you're doing right now, Spenny, and what everybody in here whose sky is falling, and everybody around this network, and Ryan Lentz, my guy, is Jerry Goff, is butt cheeks, like all this kind of stuff, man, all of it. All right,
His butt cheeks.
I'm not going to penalize this team because they're above schedule. They're in front of the schedule. I'm not penalizing them for that. I'm not. You guys can all lose your mind about it and be out. Lindsey, I'm not doing it.
Well, here's the problem. And this always happens. It never fails. I was thinking about this yesterday. When you have a team that goes from obscurity to actually being relevant, all of the fans, and I'll put myself in it as well, all of us fans, we get ahead of ourselves. We start saying things like, oh, this guy can't do this or this guy can't do that, But had we looked back when the year started, think back before all this started, Spenny, before the Lions became a good team, have we said the Lions would be right here, right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not even to this level, though. Not to this level.
I had him at 11 wins before the year started.
Then what's your problem?
Because you expect more. Because things change.
Oh,
because if Jared Goff is your franchise
I'm glad
guy,
you said that, Smitty. That's where I was going.
If he is this guy that's
That's where I was going.
He's our franchise guy. He's going to do it. He can't do that. You can't do that.
But Smitty, here's the thing. Like you said, things change. Expectations change. We had everybody here in Detroit was so gung ho and thinking about, Lions are going to win the entire NFC. They're number one. We're fighting for number one. We're tied with them. We're tied. Or we get a little emotionally overzealous. And that is what's happened. The Lions are fine. They're on schedule. They're ahead of schedule. Because I don't think anybody, I don't care who you are, nobody was saying that the Lions were going to outright win the Super Bowl this year. I still think they're contenders. They're fine. Are they a complete team?
No. And that's the point.
Quarterback.
That's the point. That's the point I was driving at.
Quarterback, Smitty. There are pieces that they need.
For sure.
They need to address the linebacking core, right? They need maybe another pass rusher, right?
Maybe.
They need defensive backs, right?
A cornerback, yeah, no doubt. The numbers say yes.
Yes, they're not complete, but they're building towards being a complete contending team. And they are ahead of schedule. The offensive coordinator 3 weeks ago, everybody was saying he's gone. He's going to lose him. He's going to be a head coach next year.
I saw people in this chat on this network. I heard people around town literally say, and I heard this, and for this crowd too, I heard him say, fire Ben Johnson. I heard that. I heard people say it.
Yeah. You know who that is? That's Goff gawkers. That's people who have Jared Goff's balls so deep in their mouth that they can't say anything back.
That's absurd. Even the fire Aaron Glenn stuff.
Yeah.
Absurd. You're in this now, guys. Like, we're in here. This is it. You're not firing a coordinator when you're 9-4 in December of the season with a 2-game lead in the division. Like, look, Lindsey, I can deal with a lot of it. Like one Funky's Lions fan, Goff's 121 games, 110 turnovers. That doesn't include the fact he leads the league and dropped year in and year out. Goff is garbage. Neil's a Goff slappy. He's trying to spin it. One Funky Lions fan just gave you all the numbers, right? Spenny told you. Who's the one that's got more turnovers than him?
Who is it, Spenny?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, the savior. Who they're going to name the MVP award after someday. Who's on the outside looking in at the playoffs right now.
You know why?
The great Buffalo Bills.
Why? You know why?
Why?
Because they paid him $50 million a year, and now their team is falling apart, and they don't have enough pieces to put around it for him to be successful.
Right. I'm glad we're not doing that right now.
I'm glad we're never going to do that with Jared Goff, ever.